Alright, we're here today. Got my oldest boy, and it's time to pull this engine and go ahead and put some Vitara pistons in it and rods, some eBay rods, and so yeah, let's get this started. Here's what we're gonna do. We're basically gonna take all this crap out of here, pop the axles out, lift this out of here. See that?
Yep.
We're gonna pull that out. We'll free up some of the intercooler piping, and we'll take off the exhaust right here on the turbo. Then once we get that off, we'll take the exhaust manifold with the turbo attached. If we can do it that way, we'll see. No gaskets because race car guys. I'm gonna have to take this. I don't have a welder here, and I'm off grid at this house. I don't have the amperage to run that little stick welder I got back there. That's that off-grid lifestyle we got going on here. So yeah, I can't weld anymore here. During the winter I stay on grid so I can weld, get stuff like this done, my boogered up welds. Yeah, we're gonna clean this engine bay up. We're gonna pull this, and I bought some paint for that. Got some 2X primer gray, and then I got this bright ass yellow because you know yellow and red go together pretty good. Got all my victory juices up there.
Took off the intake pipe, the oil feed line, and the
Wastegate hose.
wastegate hose.
And now we're gonna take the wastegate off.
Yep.
All right. Going? Okay. Well, we got the radiator, the coolant drained out, radiator removed. I just moved the clutch line, and at this point we are going to just start undoing the harness. We'll do the harness up here and leave it on the engine. That way we can pull it out with the harness on it. I got some more intercooler piping removed, and yeah, I guess the harness, remove the power steering lines here, and after that we'll start we'll pull the axles. We'll get the car up on the jack, pull the axles, and lift her out. All right, we're here getting some more things done. Disconnected the power steering pump, and we're probably just gonna disconnect the hoses and yank it all the way out. I got the entire wire harness disconnected from this side of the engine bay, which is just basically pull it off here, remove the clips that follow it down here. So this is pretty much what you end up with on there. And on the other side, it's a little more of a deal. But you see this gasket right here goes down in there. So see if I got enough light in here. It is kind of messy in here, so don't mind. But yeah, here's the ECU, and then that's the OBD2 to OBD1 adapter connected to the ECU. I just unplugged the plugs, pulled them off of this thing, and right up there is where the hole's at when you pull that gasket off with the 210 mils. So then you, I don't know, some guys like to pull the harness off the engine and pull the engine, but I want to go through the harness and make sure everything's good, make sure I don't have any cracked wires or anything frayed, or you know, anything that'll cause me some problems later on down the road. You know, when you're trying to, you know, push 15, 20 psi in a motor, you know, a injector wire, any of that mess is off. And I just make sure everything's nice and tight and clean. So next up, got the car on jacks finally. Got the axle nuts pulled. We're gonna go under there and pull the ball joints out, move the spindles out the way, so we got some room to pull the axles. We're gonna go down there and do what's referred to as the bitch pin, which is, let's see if I can get you a zoom in on there. Probably not. Anyway, so the two rods that come down there, let's see, there's two rods. Anyways, look up bitch pin on YouTube, you'll see it. So I'm not about to get under there with this camera. So oh, sorry about that. Let me zoom back out there. Look at that amateur. What a noob at the camera. So yeah, so after that we get done and undo the motor mounts. Once the shafts are pulled out, undo the motor mounts, I had a couple of coolant lines going to the heater core back here. I got disconnect. I think I still got the fuel return line over there. I already got the fuel line, clutch line disconnected here that ran across the motor. I could have left the hard line on there. It's kind of silly to take that off, but I took it off just in case I bumped it or something pulling the engine. Yeah, we'll pull this return line off. We'll get this power steering hose out the way, and yeah, I think it might be pretty much everything back there I need to get pulled. Oh, I think I have a secondary O2 sensor maybe plugged in down there. I'll find out when I get under the engine. So, I mean, just like any other motor pole, you're gonna start lifting this up and see what's hanging on and start disconnecting after that. But we do got the harness, well actually all the harness up top here disconnected. Pulled the battery tray out obviously to get to that. Pulled the wire harness out of there, the two 8mm bolts. This one goes to your battery, this one goes to the rest of the distribution of the car, or not distribution, but the wire harness. So again, this one goes to your battery, like my lack of fuse right there. I don't know why mine blew, other than the kids crossing over the battery one day on the, we were working on it. That's what I assume happened, and that main fuse blew. Because I don't have any electrical issues in this car whatsoever. I don't have any hokey wiring going on or anything. So, all right. So here's where we're at. Got the bitch pin disconnected down there for the linkage. Got the axles out, as you can see down there. Got them on both sides. All we have is the rear motor mount. I have this one disconnected, but I gotta pull this, was that the torsion mount or torque mount or whatever, forget what they call them. And then, so yeah, the rear motor mount, two side motor mounts, and then I gotta figure out the points I'm gonna lift this up at. There we go. All right, so, hey, I got a little bit of mess to clean up here. I had to take this mount off after you disconnect the bolt that goes in like that. I had to take that off. I didn't really run into any problems. Just, oh, the only thing I had that was actually sticking when I was starting to lift up was this power steering sensor, I believe it is. Yeah, right here, power steering pressure sensor. That was the only thing I had left connected. Otherwise, I had everything disconnected. It went pretty good. Ugh, that's garbage. Let's leave that in there. So, yeah, here we go. Now the build will happen. Now we'll get her done. Get her done, get her done. Thank you.